Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to I can't even believe I'm going to say it, episode 15 of the Loper Show. And this is a special one, man. One of my really good friends, and I've been waiting to have him on the pod. And I think number 15 is very fitting for the one, the only, Struggle Jennings.
What's happening?
Dude, how are you, man?
I'm incredible, man.
I appreciate you getting up. I know the day after a big time change is always, it just fucks up everybody's circadian rhythm. Do you do anything to make sure that you're straight, or did you just power down the bottle and just to go to sleep last night? How do you go about it, Struggle?
No, you know how it is. I just had a song release on Friday. So
yeah.
I was up checking the numbers and trying to stay active on social media and stuff. And I don't even know if I really slept last night. I had one of those nights where you feel like you never actually fall asleep. You know what I mean?
Just kind of fall in and out of like whatever that surface level of sleep. Never deep in the rim.
I got a big crazy day today. It's Monday, so got to get at it.
Got to get at it, man. So like when you say you released a song, you're talking about the video with Jelly, of course.
Yep.
And only God knows. You guys have had a collab here and there, but this really feels like this is going to be a big hit, man. Like everybody's going to know this record.
Let's go. I hope so, man. I mean, I got a lot of faith in it. I've had the record for a little while, and I love the record. And it's doing incredible. Last night it hit 500,000 streams on Spotify in 2 days. So
that's dope.
That's always a good sign. That's still completely independent, no label. You know, I'm independent, so I released the record and just depending on the fans and myself and my team and pushing hard.
And how is that when people do it from a grassroots aspect like you do? How different is that than people that drop records and then they have somebody push on Music Row?
Well, you know, if you're with a label, you got unlimited budget on what kind of marketing commercials they're going to get and, you know, placements they're going to get. When you're independent, you just got to depend on relationships. You know, we hit Spotify. Hey, can we get on some playlists? Hit YouTube. And, you know, they give us a little love because I've been successful and done my thing. So it's, we haven't put a dollar behind it, you know, at this point. We'll see how it does organically, and then I'll see if I need to put a little money into ads and stuff like that. But right now, we're just letting the fans love it and rocking it. But it definitely is different, you know.
Yeah, for sure. How was the music video filming process? Because the music video is dope, man. I really love it.
Yeah, it was fun. You know, Jelly's so busy, man, and he's crushing it so hard. We shot the video probably 8 months ago, and it was we got a church pretty close to him, you know, and set it all up. He came in and he was only there for a couple hours, and it didn't even seem like we were shooting a video. It was just us cutting up, the song playing loud.
Hell yeah.
You know, we snuck some performance in there, but besides that, we're pretty much just laughing. If you see some of the behind the scenes that I posted the other day, it was him dying laughing, us cracking up, you know. It didn't even feel like a music video was being shot.
Yeah, that's cool, man. You know, you guys have such a great chemistry. You know, you really do. And, you know, even, you know, all the Waylon and Willie records and all of that. I mean, obviously, every time that you guys do a collab, you and Jelly, all of that talk starts to come back up again. Do you think there'll be a number 4?
Yeah, man. What would be number 5 now?
But number 5, yeah, excuse me. Yes, number 5, yes.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we definitely have talked about it for a long time. So going on a few years of not doing one, it's just really getting schedules to match up and just getting in there.
Yeah, for sure.
He just announced American Idol, and he's got a big tour with Post this year. So roping him in be a little difficult, but as soon as he has the break, I know we'll jump in there.
Only God knows, people, you can jump on YouTube. But what I'm going to do is drop a link in the description below so that way people can check it out and go and find that if you haven't already. You're shooting another video, right, with YelaWolf?
Yeah, we just actually, me and YelaWolf just released one for Farewell, which was amazing. Patrick Tohill did it, and it was like a space race. It's based in the 60s.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was really cool because that guy shoots crazy video, as you know. He did Doobie's, one of Doobie's last ones.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
But yeah, and then me and YelaWolf were just in a movie together called Day of Reckoning. Hits theaters March 28th.
Dude, that's crazy.
I know. It has Trace Atkins, Scott Atkins, and Billy Zane in it.
Okay.
And a bunch of other great actors. Zilla was in it, YelaWolf's manager and my longtime friend. Bones Owens. So it was fun. We got out there, just did it. It wasn't even really like acting because it was pretty natural roles, a bunch of gunplay and running around wild riding motorcycles.
Oh, that's dope. Did you guys film it all in Nashville?
No, it was actually shot in Georgia, like right outside of Athens.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, how did that spot get picked?
So the director, Sean Silva, he has been a longtime friend. And when he got the opportunity to direct the movie, he was like, man, I know the perfect guys for the role. So he called us up and said, hey, boys, come on down. we got down there and did it. It was pretty amazing. Yeah. Definitely gave me the bug to where now I'm like, oh, I got to do more acting.
Oh, is that right? You got it, huh?
Oh, yeah, man. I had so much fun. I got to kick doors in.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to spoil it.
We were right there on a spoiler. We were right there. I was right there. Damn it. So, dude, I love that because I mean, I think there's so many like possible roles for you. It's almost like, you know, there's endless possibilities for you when it comes to acting. I'd love to see a crossover, man. I think that's tremendous.
Well, it's always been a dream of mine. I've always been a movie guy.
Yeah.
So, like, that's something that's always been a big aspiration of mine. And so getting to see it finally come to fruition, that was pretty cool.
Hell yeah. So what's next for you personally? A lot of the music that you have out right now is pretty fresh. I mean, are you already back in the studio starting to work on something else?
Man, I think that's one of my biggest problems is I don't stop. I've got 75. I've got like 75 unreleased songs right now.
Is that right?
Yeah, man. You know, I did a whole album that my Uncle Shooter produced.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even know that. Really?
Yeah, he produced the whole album on it. It's like 80s country.
Oh, that's
rock.
dope.
It's crazy. You know, Shooter and his genius.
Yeah.
So we just dove into a super pure place to what we were feeling and recorded that. And then I've got a full album that Malay and YelaWolf are producing on me.
Oh, that's cool. Malay's awesome, man. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, he's incredible. I mean, one of the greatest producers ever. And then I've got an album with Brian Martin.
Okay.
Who had a big radio hit last year called We Ride. He's a good old Louisiana boy, moved up to Texas, was an oil rigger, super roughneck.
Hell yeah.
Got kicked off the Morgan Wallen tour.
Wait, he got kicked off the Morgan Wallen tour. I mean, the guy's throwing chairs off the roof of Eric Church's place on Lower Broadway, but he's getting kicked off of that guy's tour?
So as soon as I found that out, I was like, oh, he got kicked off the Morgan Wallen tour. He's kind of getting blackballed from Nashville. I said, I think we should do an album.
Hell yeah. That's that outlaw spirit, man. That's why I love you.
So the album's called 1976.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be released probably in July, and it is. That's what it is. It's outlaw country to the core. And then I have the album that Ned Cameron produced, who's an incredible producer. He had a big history. He did like all the Kid Ink stuff, Wiz Khalifa back in the day, MGK. Kind of had a real hard downfall, got addicted to drugs, came to Nashville, got clean and sober from LA, and rebuilt his whole life and brand, and now he's one of the most sought out producers in Nashville. I got a whole album with him, being part of his journey. Great, because he's got a great redemption story, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, man. So I got 4 projects, actually 5, because I've got a collection of songs that didn't quite fit on some of those albums.
Yeah, okay.
And kind of fell into this lane of their own of like this real old school country. So
the stuff with Malay and YelaWolf, is that more straight up country?
It's country and a lot of rapping.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I see.
Yeah,
That's the one thing is I want you on country radio so bad. I want you to have those hits. I want you to be recognized by everyone, not only in Nashville, but everybody. But the selfish part of me, I can't let you go too far away from the hip hop. You're just too good at it, man. The mixture is too good too with the country and the hip hop.
yeah. So Brantley Gilbert told me, he said, "Struggle." He said, I love where you're going, but don't forget to dance with the girl that brought you to the party."
Hell yeah, that's great advice. Yeah,
And I don't think I could not rap, right? Because it's inside of me. Country is what has always been like the backdrop of my life, and I was so passionate about country music and loved it since I was as far back as I can remember. But rap and hip hop was my upbringing, and that's the core of me. So I love where I'm at and writing these country songs and singing and perfecting that and honing in on that. But I've always still got that bulldog on that chain side of me.
Hell yeah,
that just wants to spit fire.
Speaking of which, what's the workout routine like these days?
Man, I just actually got back with a coach. I was getting a little fluffy. You know how that is.
Yes.
Did so much touring the last couple of years, but locked back in, man. So I'm up early, fast cardio, eating my meals on time, and then training hard.
Yeah, we love it when you stop by Westside Barbell, man. Tom and all the guys are always juiced up when you come by.
Yeah, man, I got to get out there. Again. I was just out there and saw the new place.
How dope! Tom killed it out there, right?
Yeah, man, it looks so good.
You know what they're putting in now? So Karate Combat. So they're actually going to put a pit inside Westside, so the MMA team can train and like train specifically for that, because it's so different than actually training like in an MMA cage. Because the way that you can push off in that pit is totally different than the cage.
Yeah.
So like the training has to be a little different. Yeah. So I think you're going to see that a lot more in gyms, because Karate Combat's kind of where, I mean, I would say like in the next 5 years, I think that thing blows up big, because it is a competition sort of for the UFC, but not really. The UFC kind of embraces it, and like even the contract fighters are allowed to do like one-offs and fight in Karate Combat. So I think people are going to see more of that. But yeah, they're going to actually put one in at Westside. I'm like, that's so dope.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I love what those guys have done, keeping that spirit alive, and rest in peace, Louis.
Yeah, forever, man. Yeah, man. I was in Vegas when he passed, and I'm just sitting there staring off into like, that beautiful desert backdrop that Vegas is. I was actually at the Trump Hotel, and when I got the phone call, and I'm sitting there and I'm just like, man, it was like, the first time in my life that somebody that close to me who was a legitimate legend at what they did, and you realize like all of the moments that I had and advice that Louis had given me over the years, not just with, health and fitness and lifting and stuff, just with life in general. And, there's only a few of those people that come through in your life that impact you like that.
Yeah, he had a way with that too, with saying something to you that you can take as health and fitness, but then you stop for a second and go, oh shit, was he talking about life?
Yeah, totally, man. He was like, we used to say he's the samurai, man. He was the samurai for sure. So when you're on the road, how do you stay healthy? I mean, are you doing meal prep or how do you do it out there?
Yeah, so I try to. I'll go through, I've got a couple different brands that I like that I can pack up the freezer with.
Oh, that's cool.
And then we just hit the road. Sometimes I'll stop and grab a bunch of meat. We'll grill outside the venue.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll find a place that's got smoked chicken by the pound. Just whatever we can do to try to. I've got it to where now my crew, about 3/4 of the bus, all going to the gym. So my bus pulls into a gym in every city first thing. So I wake up 9 o'clock every morning at a gym in the new city.
That's awesome.
And we map it out the night before, figure out where we're going, and there's about 8, 9 of us mob into the gym.
I think it's so important, right? Like for morale, because I mean, the people that stay together and work out together like that, I don't know, there's just like a deeper bond.
Yeah, no, this last tour is one of the best tours that I ever had, because, we got up every morning, regardless what happened the night before, we're getting up fresh.
Yeah.
hitting weights, catching the song or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And definitely boost the morale and keep your spirit right. The road can beat you up away from the family and stuff. So having something else to latch onto out there to start the day with, I think is really important.
I think so too, man. So with with Only God Knows, I got to ask you this. So like, do you feel like this is going to be the song for you for country radio?
I would love for it to. I've been in the game a long time, so you know how it is. We get jaded sometimes. There's been so many songs that we thought were the one.
Right.
That like now I just, man, if it happens, let's go. I'm gonna do everything in my power to push it.
Hell yeah.
So with radio, it's tough just because it's regardless how you cut it, it's pay to play. You got to put the money behind it to really get it there, and you got to continue to push it. So being independent, having 7 kids, and running an independent label, it's we don't have the budget to push it to radio, but maybe radio will pick it up, and we're gonna keep fighting for it.
It feels like a passion record to me, and that's
yeah.
And in the industry, there are promotion records and there's passion records, and that's what it feels like to me. So I saw your son won his first boxing match.
Yeah, man.
Dude, that was crazy, man. So when I was down there, I was at your house for New Year's Eve, and we were talking about, actually his boxing coach was there that night, and he was kind of beginning his journey. This was 23 into 24. So, then a year goes by, full training. Tell me where he's at and how he feels.
Dude, he's amazing, man. It's so both my sons started at the same time.
Okay.
Right? Nate and Sincere. And Sincere came in, he was just fast, and we were like, oh man, this kid's got it. My other kid, Nate, we didn't know if he was really gonna fall into it.
Yeah.
Well, then Sincere was like, man, he really wanted to do football. And I was kind of bummed out about it. Hey man, like he was so good in that boxing ring. But then all of a sudden Nate just out of nowhere found the love and the skill, man. Like he's 13, so but he looks like a young Tyson Fury or something, because he's kind of big and he's just calculated. And
all right,
and it was great. It was so much fun, man. I was nervous. I was screaming. His mom's over there. I can see her. She's just about to explode.
I was just going to ask you, how was she?
Yeah, she was so nervous. But he got in there and rocked it, won his first match, and he's got another one set up for like 2 weeks. So we're already
hell yeah,
back 5 days a week training, and he loves it. He's my son, but he's my stepson. He lost his dad to an overdose a couple of years ago, and so to see him have an outlet, man, something that he can not only find for therapy, release some of that aggression and tension, but to also be great at.
Yeah.
And everybody cheering him on, it's like that's just important.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, listen, for me, martial arts was the foundation of my entire life, like leading me to radio and everything else that I've done in entertainment. It's, I think that confident competence, that knowing without having to say that, that true divine and that deep understanding. Yeah. Oh man, I'm so happy for him when I saw that, man. I was like, that's great.
Yeah, it's exciting. And my son that quit boxing and went to football, he's crushing it right now.
Oh, is that right? Oh, sick. Yeah. Nice.
So I love it. I've got both my sons, youngest are in some kind of sport that's really keeping them focused, that they're excelling at and good at. So I get to be the dad on the sidelines cheering, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
It gives me a lot of fulfillment as well.
I think sometimes it's even better than us out there doing something, whether it's performing or competing or whatever it is. Like, going to my son's grappling and wrestling matches over the years. Those, some of the best days of my entire life, man. It's,
that's what it's all about.
Yeah, he used to tell me, he's like, I think you like it more than I do. I'm like,
we do. My son's looking back like I'm getting punched in the face and you're cheering.
Yeah. That's so dope. So are any of the kids musically inclined? Like they might want to go forward with a career in music?
Yeah, I got a few. Well, my oldest daughter, Brianna, she's just released her 5th album. and she's crushing it, working on a new album.
Yeah, of course. Yes,
And
yes.
all of my kids can sing better than I can. My 16-year-old, she's been writing songs since she was like 5.
Oh, that's awesome.
So she's just so focused right now on school and life. She gets up every morning, 5 o'clock, goes to the gym, Bible study, school, gets off school, goes to work. But if she ever decides to flip that switch and get into music, she'll be bigger than I am.
That's sick,
for
man.
Sure.
Dude, I'll tell you, one of the greatest nights that I've ever had was when you were inducted into the Grand Ole Opry. And, we had everybody out there, the whole crew. But just seeing you on stage, man, there was not many moments of that night where my eyes were dry. And, it was really powerful, even just from a friend's standpoint, looking up there and being so proud of you and just, knowing that your journey that you've come through and prison and everything else. But how was it for you backstage? Because we haven't really talked about this. Like, how was it for you, those moments right before you walked out on stage?
Well, it's crazy, man. My birthday was like 5 days before that.
Yeah.
So, and I had released, the album.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a crazy week, lost my voice. I had no voice. I was backstage full of emotions and nerves. It actually landed on the same day as my last day of parole. So I was walking out on that stage, a free man, kind of like a wink from God saying, this is the end of one chapter and the beginning of another.
Dude, that's crazy. That just gave me goosebumps, bro. That's crazy. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, man. So not only to be on the most iconic stage for country music, but to also be washing my hands of parole and all the things that were lingering from that old life. It was surreal, and to have all of y'all there and all the kids were backstage crying. And
hell yeah.
It was special, man. I can't really describe it, and I don't think I could ever recreate it.
Yeah, man, that's beautifully said. And that was a fun night. That was a fun night of just and even seeing Jelly up there too, because obviously he had already been inducted, but to see him perform and just, Craig Morgan was there that night. I mean, that was dope, man. And the way they do the Opry, if the people that are watching have never been before, it's literally the oldest running radio show that happens, and it's actually happening live as you're in the audience. I don't even know of any other show that operates that way.
Yeah, I don't either. And it's so iconic. It's like you said, the oldest running one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah, and they got a hell of a water park there at Opryland too.
Yeah.
I love that water park, bro. Oh, that's so fun. Man, so if people want to go out there and run it up right now, the link in the bio down below, you guys can just go on and click on it. And only God knows, Jelly Roll and my man Struggle Jennings out there. We're going to run those numbers up. And dude, you've always been so supportive of me. And, I'm always here for you. And I really appreciate you doing the show today.
Yeah, likewise, man. I love you, man. I'm glad to see you killing it as always.
Love you too, man. Hey, thanks so much, Struggle. Ladies and gentlemen, Struggle Jennings.
Brother.